I'm excited in just a few moments that we are going to be talking to two veterans that have served our country with valor and courage. Both of them served in the Army and Special Forces, and they join us right now to talk about a brand new film, That Which I Love Destroys Me. It's by Participant Media, and we can watch it for free, and it's a documentary we all need to watch. I have seen part of it, and it has moved me. The gentlemen are joining me right now, Jayson and Tyler. And why is this, from your point of view, an important movie for all of us to watch?
Well, PTSD, especially in the veterans community, is part of our zeitgeist right now. American Sniper was just made that touches on that, one of the highest grossing movies of the last year. And the point and the purpose of this documentary is just to normalize what veterans go through. Because of that stigma that's associated with PTSD, there's the stigma inside the veterans community. And because of that, there's no common knowledge in general about what it is, what PTSD is in the civilian side of it. So our goal with this is just to tear down that stigma and to normalize the process that veterans go through.
You know, gentlemen, the statistic that many people know, 22 veterans commit suicide each and every day. What, in your opinion, is the call to action?
Well, there's two sides to that coin. The first part is for veterans, like Tyler was saying, it's a very strong response against asking for help. And the way we do that is we say we have emotions for a reason. And if you're experiencing some emotion, at some point you have to answer to it.
Yeah, and what I'd like to that is, you know, with servicemen and women, it's that statistic, 22 veteran suicides a day. A misconception is that's all from Afghanistan or Iraq or whatever. It's not. It's veterans in general. War or service immaterial, meaning, you know, there's still many of those suicides are Vietnam veterans who, you know, never really got the help, or, I mean, the stigma that they came into was incredible, not just within PTSD, but just within their war in general. So that statistic is all inclusive, and what we're trying to do is get all veterans, regardless of their time of service, to understand what this issue is, raise the awareness about it, remove the stigma, and start to heal, not just as veterans, but as a society.
The authenticity you gentlemen show in this documentary is amazing. Both of you talk about your addictions that have almost debilitated your life, but you got to the point of asking for help. How did each of you get to that point?
The one thing about our story is it's uniquely familiar. There's not too much to our story that most veterans can't relate to. The one thing that we did during the process was just completely be blazingly honest and let the director, Rick Roman, into our lives. And by doing that, there was a healing process that was associated with that as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think every veteran, a term that I like to use, you know, drugs, alcohol, those are all those
are the causes. They're not. Those are the symptoms, not the causes.
Those are the symptoms, not the cause. For me, it's one of those things where I knew I had a problem when I looked in the mirror and I said, "What's wrong with me? Why am I doing this? This is not normal behavior for me." All these different things, and let me say also that an interesting thing is that a strong person has a harder time with PTSD because they're not used to dealing with an issue that affects them so fundamentally. So I kept looking at it going, why can't I overcome this easily like I generally have done most other things in my life? And then it's a downward spiral of you just continually are going, why does this keep happening? What's wrong with me, etc., so on and so forth. Drugs, alcohol, whatever the issue is, drunk driving, you know, getting arrested, all those different things, those are symptoms of the disease. The disease is PTSD, which again is a very broad term for a very specific issue.
There's no doubt this documentary is going to touch thousands of people's lives and potentially save hundreds of lives. What does it mean to have Participant Media and TakePart.com behind this effort, not only in the documentary, but also the servicemen and women?
We feel lucky to have the biggest and the best Participant Media, TakePart.com. It feels good to have them behind us. It was a easy answer for us to partner with them.
Yeah, quite simply put, they care. Their entire reason for existence is positive social change, and that's why that's why they're doing this. You go to takepart.com/vets. You can watch That Which I Love Destroys Me for free the entire month of March. You can also donate to the Armed Forces Foundation. You can find ways to volunteer your time or get involved or return the service, which is their campaign. But for us, this was an absolute no-brainer. They're the perfect partner to put this message out to the country.
Well, gentlemen, I also know the good news is that anyone can watch this documentary by going to takepart.com/vets and watch this 65-minute film. It's important for all of us to watch. But before we go, any last words when I ask you this question? If anyone's facing a challenge, particularly a serviceman or woman, what you would suggest to them?
There's a solution. We're here to help. Hopefully the documentary can put a voice to your struggle, and there's a solution to the pain.
Absolutely.
Well, Tyler and Jayson, thank you for your service to our country. Thank you for giving us hope and the courage to do this film. God bless.
Thank you, sir.
Take care.